What is good, fellow Dashers? It's your boy Strides Hill. So there is a sequel to the All-American Mega Collab Insane Demon back in 2.0. You probably know it. It's called Mystic. This level is the sequel, but it's not All-American, and because it's modern, it lags harder than its predecessor. So I had to play with the provided low detail mode that the level had to actually be able to record this footage that you are seeing right now. And it doesn't really look that great. The reason why this level lags so hard is because Jonathan GD and Creator Force. Yeah! As you know, Jonathan GD is the guy that makes effects and focuses his levels on design, using a lot of unnecessary objects and using wrong objects for effects to create terrible object inefficiency. And Creator Force did this especially with the wave in his part. Those bricks, those aren't actually the brick blocks that 2.0 provides. They're actually the small squares, and there's a lot of them. So that part was hella laggy, even with low detail mode. Like, come on, man. For real? Jonathan GD's part with low detail mode is much more bearable than Creator Force's wave, but still so how does this level look for forcing me to use the provided low detail mode? Well, I mean, some parts look like dog crap. There's that one part that you know that this level is famous for, that looks like early 2.0 dog crap when this was finished in mid 2.1 and verified in mid 2.1 or something like that. Now, in the predecessor, Megaman9's parts looked absolutely garbage, not presentable. In this level, Mega Man's part actually looks presentable, which is definitely a step up from the predecessor. I don't know if he had if he had other duties in real life or in other levels at the time in the predecessor, Valor, but I don't know. Now, alright, so the first part, it is by the same creator, I think, as the last creator in Valor, for the ending part in Valor, because the designs in the structures look very similar with 1.9 and 1.8 and some 2.0 blocks inside the structures with glow around those blocks that doesn't look really polished. You have Dysfunctional Popos as the second part, which definitely looks different from his part in Valor. He definitely changed his style for sure. It looks pretty good. I feel it's one of the better looking parts in the level. The transition to the next parts is just, it's kind of and then this third part here by Mr. Sleepy. What the hell, dude? Everything clashes with one another and it's not polished at all. It looks like something from early 2.0 when it was clearly made in like something later than early 2.0. This next part by Zeal GD looks much better. I don't know, there's nothing else to say. Endlevel's part looks a bit dated, but it doesn't look rough around the edges. It looks fine. Although a bit 1.9 looking, I guess, is what I'd call it. Megaman's part is one of the more recognizable parts of Mystic. I don't know. It reminds me of his part in Valor, but looks much better. This next part by Blade it fits in well with Megaman's parts. It looks like Megaman's part, but I don't know, it feels like a continuation of Megaman's parts, but slightly brighter. X-Hammer's part has much more design than his part in Valor. I feel that it looks pretty good, and that I don't have much else. Creator Force with the laggy Rick's part in the wave. Other than that, it's not too bad. It looks good. It's probably one of the best looking parts in the level, to be honest. It's polished, it has glow around the edges of the screen, and it doesn't have anything ugly or patchy. So that's cool. Crazy's parts looks a bit unpolished. I don't know. It looks a bit slapdash, if that's the word. This next part here, I don't know. No thoughts. This next part is also one of the better looking parts. Jonathan GD's parts in low detail mode still also looks good, but it was still kind of laggy. That is the meme monster. And Jonathan GD as usual with the unnecessary amount of design. Like, come on, man. The transition into the swing copter looks good. There's pulsing and movement for sure here. Zendio's part to end off the level has a good background, pulsing and movement. It's a cool effect. And then there's a meme if you die. End screen looks cool. And the pulses and movements sync well with the level for it being made in 2.0. 2.1. 2.0 and 1. So the gameplay. The first part here, it plays fine. Zio GD's last jump is kind of whack. Creator Force's wave is pretty random, and the rest of his part is pretty confusing. Crazy's part is pretty technical. You have to really nail the timings, as is expected of his gameplay, which I found a bit annoying, but Jonathan GD's part is fine, except for the swing copter and this UFO. Zendio's part is appalling with with the tight quarters and the mini ball. This duel is like, what the hell? And then the last few jumps as a cube where you have to abuse the hitboxes, and the last jump too. It's why and what the hell all combined together. That's it. So yeah, this level, it looks fine except for that one part. It syncs well. It plays terribly in like one part. Plays fine in others. And it just exists. It exists. Hence why you have to scroll like a few levels down to actually find it if you search Mystic. So those were my thoughts on Mystic by Megaman9, verified by Endlevel. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave that like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss my next upload. If you want to see something from me, tell me in the comments down below. See you guys next video. Peace.